Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawada from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I'm going to play this TikTok video I saw last night. I shared it in the chat with the Akim. And it's very rare you hear, this perspective from the mouth of an aged woman. All right. Looks like this says this guy's right here, his great grandmother. All right. And what she's going to say is going to be, what we've been saying. All right. But of course, when we come out and say, oh, we're misogynists and we're this and we're that. But, how about from the mouth of an aged woman, okay, who's experienced life outside of, these last couple of years of the feminist movement, okay? She grew up in a time, where it was still, pretty much family-oriented, You didn't have all this Planned Parenthood and abortions and divorce. I mean, I'm sure it was still prevalent. All right, but, I'm sure she come from a Christian background, because most Jakes over a certain age, that Christianity shit, got us good, man. All right, but nonetheless, what she's saying is facts. Now, the end part of it, I'm going to only play the first half, because the second half, I'll just go ahead and say, she's talking about, somebody cheating or whatever. Or why does a girl beat up another girl? When she catch him with that's just American shit. But the core concept, the core value is what she's about to say right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna
all the females to herself.
You can't have all of them, but you can have more than one.
Okay.
You heard her? So the guy, he's joking. He's like, he want all of them or whatever. She said, you can't have all of them, but you can have more than one. You're not going to catch most of these, 99% of these women in America, you're not going to ever catch them saying no shit like that, man. Okay? But she going to explain the reason.
I can have 11.
This shit about a man only having one woman is bullshit.
Yeah.
What she say? This is from a woman now. This is from an aged woman. She, not to get all in her, business. All right? But she's laying it down. What you gonna call her, brainwashed? All right, because if she's brainwashed, then what are you fucking people? When history and biology, and the Lord himself has lined it up for the man, all right, mainly the Israelite man, to be able to father, children to multiple women. King Solomon had 1,000 women. King David had many women. There's other kings of our nation that had many sons and daughters, all right, and they came from multiple women, all right. The 12 tribes came from 4 women, Leah and Rachel, and they both had concubines, handmaids, who were concubines to Jacob. And through these 4 women, the tribes came through, were birthed. So let's jump back a little bit.
I can have 11.
This shit about a man only having one woman is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Not enough men to go around.
Not enough men to go around. So if she's saying that now and society is still moving, how much more when war really breaks out? How much more when the prophecies that the Lord has declared, begin to fully manifest? And we're going to get a couple of them. That's why I started with this Isaiah 32. A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, from the destruction. So she's saying not because she's saying, hey, it ain't enough men to go around. So a woman going to have to share a man, especially a good man. And the only really good men are the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
You're gonna have to share if you want one.
That's what I've been trying to tell them.
She said you're going to have to share if you want one.
That's what I've been trying to tell them. That's what I've been trying to tell them for the longest.
Yeah. So that's the gist of it. Because the second part, she's talking about, American dynamics, which we about to get, ain't no such thing as a man cheating on a woman. Okay. A man can't commit adultery if he goes and sleeps with another man's woman. But if a man goes and gets with another woman that doesn't have a man, that's not adultery. It's not cheating. All right. A woman can so-called cheat if she steps out on her husband, and she already belongs to a man. Okay. But what do? They push that. But they demonize a man. Here it is. A man can go and marry another man. You got that nigga August Alsina parading around as a sodomite. All right, and that's okay. But a man can't have multiple. He can't legally be married to two women in America. Showing you this is bizarre world, man. All right, and the Lord gonna destroy this place. All right, but an interesting perspective. All right, we seeing from the mouth of an aged woman, her saying that there ain't enough men to go around. All right, that if a woman wants a man, she's going to have to share one. And that's exactly what we've been saying through the Spirit. Not because, we're just so high and mighty. The Lord is going to have us set up to be protected. And when women naturally want to be protected and feel secured and provided for, so they're going to want to get with these men. But guess what? They're going to be in short supply. And the Lord said he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. And gold is not easily accessible, especially not the golden wedge of Ophir. The Lord said he's going to make us more precious than the finest of gold, which means what? Like Elder Kazak was going into. We're going to be put up, man. We're going to be out the way. It's not, the average person not just about to run into a man of the Lord. All right, the Lord really going to have us out the way, put up, and women that come around us, that don't get rejected. It was divine. That's where you get your Isaiah 4:1. See, it's more than just a damn, you people are looking at it in such an American way, which we have, it takes a lot to break that mindset. It takes time. All right, but Isaiah 4:1 ain't going to be like a damn music video, like a rap video. You got a bunch of chicks just with you, shaking ass and shit. No, man. All right, it's going to be for provision and protection over them. And ultimately, they're going to be saved in childbearing. If they be of the elect, the elect lady. So this is more divine than it is carnal. But you women are you're jealous creatures. You're more in competition with these other women. And y'all still y'all are still dealing with, the same men. Y'all still out here sharing a man. Y'all just not open about it. Soon it's going to be open. Okay? Let's get this in 2nd Esdras 16th chapter. Because why is there going to, if there's already not enough men to go around, how much more during Jacob's trouble? All right, there's going to be an even greater shortage of men. 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 33, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms, having no men to marry. It says the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers, because there's already a shortage of men. There's going to be a further shortage of men. Verse 34, in the war shall the bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So you're going to have a bunch of men dying by the sword, dying in the war, and dying of famine, which is going to leave these women out here without a hedge. All right, it won't be out of the realm of possibility to come across women who have lost their husbands, recently. Some of the women we might be around now, we won't go and commit adultery or anything like that. All right, but the Lord, because the Lord did that with King David. I think I don't want to butcher. I think her name might have been Abigail. I might have to look into that real quick. But you'll have a situation where a woman might have a man at the moment, And the Lord the Lord will kill that man and deliver her to you. All right, we've seen instances like that. All right, we not out here just coveting after another man's woman. All right, sometimes it ain't the time because hey, I don't know if brothers can feel it, but I can definitely feel it within my own personal life. How the Lord is aligning certain women kind of around me. And it might not be for now. You might desire them now. You might want to get with them and all that now, but hey, the Lord might be waiting. So the dynamic is flipped. Because right now, you get into a relationship with these chicks, and it ain't nothing but it's going to be the same bullshit. It's going to be the same shit, man. All right, you can't keep these women happy in this society. All right, not with these phones and all that shit. So it would be better to have them in a situation where, you ain't got to worry about, society anymore. Order is going to be laid. We're going to have the power. It's better to deal with women when you're in the power seat, man. Just to keep it real. Because the way this world and society moves, put these women and exalt these women over the men, and they feel like they don't have to respect your authority, especially amongst the Israelite women. So the Lord is going to flip it on his head soon. Well, let's grab that real quick. I think it was Yep, here we go right here. Yep, Nabal, yep. So Nabal was a nigga, and he wouldn't help King David and his men. All right, but Abigail ended up helping him. And afterwards, Nabal got put to death. All right, let's see where I can find that. You can read this account. Let's see. Trying to get to the point. Because Abigail went and gathered supplies and stuff to go and help him, because Nabal was a man of substance, but he was a nigga, and he didn't want to help King David. Trying to get to the part. Yep, here it is, verse 38, or actually verse 37. And it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. It says, and it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord smote Nabal, that he died. So the Lord killed him. And let's see what the Lord did with his substance afterwards. Verse 39. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, blessed be the Lord. He ain't say, oh, no, not Nabal. He said, man, he praised the Lord, man. He killed that nigga. And he said, blessed be the Lord that have pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and have kept his servants from evil. For the Lord have returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. All right, let's read that again. It says, and David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife, because once that husband dies, she is free from the law of her husband. She's a widow, so she can go and remarry. So she went from being with a nigga, even though she was an upright woman. She didn't go and, try to, in this sense, King David didn't commit adultery. All right, there's an instance where he did, but in this instance, he didn't. All right, the Lord killed him, and then the Lord set it up to where Abigail became David's wife. It says, and David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. And when the servants of David were come to Abigail to Carmel, they spake unto her, saying, David sent us unto thee to take thee to him to wife. And she arose and bowed herself on her face to the earth, and said, behold, let thine handmaid be a servant to wash the feet of the servants of my Lord. So not only did she say, I'm going to serve you, but I also have maids and handmaids that are going to serve you as well. Okay. Verse 42, and Abigail hasted and arose and rode upon an ass with 5 damsels of hers that went after her. And she went after the messengers of David and became his wife. All right, and she had 5 damsels with her. It says David also took Ahinoam of Jezreel, and they were also both of them his wives. All right, and that proves what? That we can have multiple wives, man. Because if the Lord just took out Nabal, why didn't he just say, hey, don't go take another wife unto yourself now, David? But no, it said he not only did Abigail come, but also had 5 damsels. And it says David also took these other 2, this other one. It says, and they were also both of them his wives. But Saul had given Michal his daughter, David's wife, to Phalti, the son of Laish, which was a gallon. You know, so I just wanted to bring out this account, so, you know, to back up what I had said, because, you know, like I said, the Lord is lining different situations up, you know, where you might be around, especially in the damn workplace, man. You know, and these women, you can tell these women, unfortunately, they're wine time, man. They see that light on us, you know. I've witnessed it. They see that light on you, and they'll tell you they got a man and stuff like that. Now, a nigga is going and you know, a nigga is going and he's going to commit adultery, but we're waiting, patience. And with that patience, we, you know, hey, the Lord could deliver us deliver women to us in like manner like this. You know, but nonetheless, I just wanted to bring that video out. All right. You had an aged woman say that there's not enough men to go around. That's Isaiah 4:1. And that day shall 7 women take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So it's coming. It's here, man. You know, the power structure is shifting. And women want that, they want that provision and protection. So they're going to seek us. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time.